Hello, this is Seth Burkholz with Blend Precisely once again. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about units. We've had a few interesting comments from customers, and I'd like to show you what I'm talking about. So let me share a screen. Okay, let me get my picture in there so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so there's a little bit of confusion about milliliters and grams. So I'll just give you an example. Let's say I have 100 milliliters of Abyssinian kale oil and a few essential oils like amyris and I don't know, citronella. Get those mosquitoes out of here. Or actually, let me adjust things a little bit here to make a point. We've got 30 milliliters for that. 30 milliliters. This is definitely nothing most aromatherapists would do because it's a 10% dilution ratio, but who knows? All right. So if I call this, if I set everything to milliliters, I recently had a customer say, okay, well, I don't agree with the total that you came up with here because it's 85 and they can clearly see that they have 30, 30, and 30 milliliters. And they said, well, why is that different? And the reason it's different is because at Blend Precisely, we do try to be precise. And part of that is knowing what the density is of each one of these oils. So I can tell you that in general, essential oils range from about 0.87 grams per milliliter to as high as like 1.06 for something like vetiver. So the density matters. So to have one unit that we can use and compute things with, including prices and associating things and doing stock blends and being able to come up with statistics that are accurate, we need to have one common unit. And the unit that we use is grams. So regardless of what you're putting in from any of these units, in the back end, I store them as grams. And so in this case, because we can have any unit here, drops, cups, and those, the total is referenced in the normalized thing. And there's possibly something we can do with the feature to say, okay, well, I want to see it in teaspoons or whatever it is you want to see. But yeah, if you're not that familiar with the difference between volume and mass units or weight units, then that's the difference. So if somebody was to put in like fluid ounces in with milliliters and fluid ounces, you would want something that reflects a total for all of them, not just milliliters. But again, that's a possible feature to just say, well, I want to see it all in fluid ounces or milliliters or whatever. So I hope that clarifies a little bit. One of the other things I've seen about units is that people do not really grok the difference between ounces and fluid ounces. So fluid ounces is a volume unit, and ounces is a weight unit. And on top of that, we're using U.S. fluid ounces and U.S. ounces. If you go to England or there's like 3 or 4 other types of ounces, which are very slightly different depending on nationality, which is why we have the SI unit system, and which is all about grams, milliliters, and it's for scientists and people in chemistry in the more scientific fields, it's very important to have a consistent set of units for pressure and temperature and everything. So that's up to you if you want to follow those here. But just be aware that when you're using American units, you're going to have a lot of differences. America at this point in time is pretty much the only country to not use the worldwide SI unit standard. But we're in America, we're big, we're wonderful, and so we have a lot of opportunities and differences here. And I hope that clarifies any differences with or misunderstandings about it. Let me just check and see if we have any questions here. Nope. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you another day. Okay. Bye.